की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 11, chapter entitled as The Childhood Pastimes of Krishna, verse number 10. Please repeat after me. Krinihi bho falaniti falani iti shrutva satvaram achyutaha falarthi dhanyam adaya yayau sarvafalapradaha कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः. माताजी's. कृणीहि भो फलानीति श्रुत्वा सत्वरमच्युतः फलार्थी धान्यमादाय ययौ सर्वफलप्रदः. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Krinihi Please come and purchase. Bhoho, O neighborhood residents. Falani, ripe fruits. Iti, thus. Shrutva, hearing. Satvaram, very soon. Achyutaha, Krishna. Falarthi, as if he wanted some fruits. Dhanyamadaya, capturing some grains of paddy. Yayo, went to the fruit vendor. Sarvaphala Pradaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can give all kinds of fruit to everyone, had now become in need of fruits. Translation: once a woman selling fruit was calling, O inhabitants of Vrajabhumi, if you want to purchase some fruits, come here. Upon hearing this, Krishna immediately took some grains and went to barter as if he needed some fruits. Purport: Aborigines generally go to the villages to sell fruits. How much the Aborigines were attached to Krishna is here described. Krishna, to show his favor to the Aborigines, would immediately go purchase fruits, bartering with paddy in his hand as he had seen others do. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshata. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So verse again. Krinihi bho falaniti shrutva satvaramachyutaha falarthi dhanyamadaya yayau sarva phalappradaha. Translation: once a woman selling fruit was calling, O inhabitants of Vrajabhumi, if you want to purchase some fruits, come here. Upon hearing this, Krishna immediately took some grains and went to barter as if he needed some fruits. So we continue to hear the beautiful childhood pastimes of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Childhood pastimes means Balya Lila, which are also known as Kaumara Lila. Kaumara Lila is when, from Krishna's appearance till his 6 years of age, he exhibited or executed affectionate pastimes with his parents. And then comes Pauganda Lila, where from age of 6 till age of 10, Krishna has exhibited transcendental friendship with his friends, that means Gopas. And then comes Kaishora Lila. From 10 till 16, Krishna exhibited a transcendental relationship with the gopis. And then after 16th, in the beginning of 16th, Krishna is considered as Yauvana, Nava Yauvana, ever fresh, ever youth. And after that, Krishna never changed his age. So we see that when this particular pastime happened, Krishna would not be more than 2 years old. Because when Krishna performed this Putana liberation Leela, he was just 10 days old. When Krishna performed Shakata Leela, he was 3 months old. And when Krishna performed Trinavrat, killing of Trinavrata, he was 1 year old. And we will see later that Krishna will perform this Brahma Vimohan Leela. That time Krishna's age was around 3 years. So when this particular pastime has happened, it would not be more than 1 or 2 years old. Means more than 1 year, but then approximately around 2 years old. And at the age of 2 years, if we see before this verse also, Mother Yashoda is asking Krishna to bring wooden plank for sitting. And Krishna hurriedly goes, and then even if it is heavy, Krishna lifts that wooden plank and then brings it to his mother. Even we saw that sometimes when at the time of worshipping Narayana, Nanda Maharaj is asking Krishna to bring his wooden shoes, and then Krishna goes, and even if it is heavy, Krishna lifts that and then comes to his father. So one might ask, I mean, ideally speaking, in this modern world, one would say that, oh, at the age of 2, his parents are asking him to perform some activities which are really hard. What kind of parents these are? For example, when we see in our temple also, we ask our boys to clean the floor, and then if they are not cleaning it properly, we sometimes scold them, why are you not doing it properly? This outside people might ask this question, oh, such a tender age, but then they are asking their kids to work, perform activities, so hard it is, and sometimes they call it as child abuse also. But is it really a child abuse is the question. Here also we see this fruit vendor when he came in the front of Nanda Maharaj house, and she asked to take some fruits if anyone is in need of fruits. Nanda Maharaj immediately exchanged grains with the fruits, and Krishna saw that. And when he saw that, he immediately went inside, he took some grains in his palms and running back to the vendor. How can we understand these pastimes? In one way, we are saying that Krishna has performed Putana liberation pastime. He has killed Putana. We are saying that he has killed Shakatasura. He has killed Trinavrata. At the same time, here it's someone who is not even able to hold some grains in his palms, and he's spilling those grains on the floor while going back to the fruit vendor. But if we try to understand this, Acharya says that these pastimes are based on emotions. Not just emotions, but the pure emotion. Pure emotion, pure attachment, pure attraction, profound love for Krishna. These pastimes are for one who is not affected by the disease of material attachment. Then only one can understand these pastimes, and one can perform, means one can reciprocate accordingly. Therefore, Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion, he says that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is appreciated by 3 ways according to his devotees' emotions. What are those 3 ways? The first one is as the first one is as the most perfect. Second, we have to take shelter of one who has perfectly knows who the Supreme is. And that's the reason in Laghu Vaishnav Toshni, Jiva Goswami comments on this verse. He says, what type of joy did he give to his people? 2 verses speak of the Pulinda group who lived not far away. When the vendor said, buy these fruits, Krishna, who desired the fruit, but who actually bestowed all fruits, gathered grains and came quickly. Though he was perfect in all respects, he is Achyuta, he desired fruit. Though he is the giver of all goals to humans, he took some grains and went there. He did not consider that he held very little in his little hand. Since he was absorbed in his childhood pastimes, he took grains because that was all there was in front of him. This shows his haste in going to the vendor. So, we cannot understand this pastime unless we take shelter of spiritual master and acharyas. Here, Jiva Goswami is saying Krishna is the one who bestows all fruits. And he is the one who is apparently seeking for the fruits here. It's contradictory. But it is not contradictory. Even though when Krishna is not able to hold some grains in his palms, gave those grains to fruit vendor. I'll not really get into the next verse because then I'll spoil that particular pastime, because what happens next is really important. But when he gave those grains to the fruit vendor, that fruit vendor um did not did not see what kind of exchange she is getting. She is just seeing the beautiful form of Krishna. And when someone sees a beautiful form of Krishna and not infected by these material attachments, he gets pure devotion towards the Lord, pure love towards the Lord. And that's what is happening here. And that's the reason the word in this verse called Sarva Phala Pradaha is very significant. The translation of this Sarva Phala Pradaha is given as bestower of all benediction. In Krishna book, Prabhupada, when he narrates this particular pastime, Prabhupada says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can give all kinds of fruit to everyone, had now become the need of fruit. And in the end, he says the Lord is the bestower of all benedictions. If someone gives something to the Lord, he is not the loser. He is the gainer by a millions times. And we actually see in all the pastimes of Krishna, this is happening. Putana just desired to feed milk. Actually, she wanted to kill Krishna, but then she desired, okay, I'll feed milk to Krishna and then I'll kill him. And what the position she has received? She has received the position of nurse. He gave her liberation. The one who is really trying to kill, let's say if someone is trying to kill me, I would not even think of thinking something good about that person. I would think in the same way what he is thinking about me. But then this is what Krishna's mercy is. That Putana just thought that I would feed this particular boy, and the result what she got is liberation. Trinavrata, what he did, he took Krishna on his lap, like mother takes someone in her lap. Trinavrata took Krishna in his lap. What he received? He received liberation. Same Nalakuvera Manigriva. In one of the lecture of Guru Maharaj recently, Guru Maharaj said, in this pastime, science will not work. If we really think about science, then one should really think when Krishna, he took this grinding motor and then he went in between two Yamala Arjuna trees, and the scientist should think, or the speculator or the intelligent person should think, if I want to break these trees, I should really pull them from up. Then it is more easy for me to break it. But then Krishna, he is going in between two trees and breaking those trees. How to understand this? Intelligence will not work here. Pure devotion only will work. And Nalakuvara and Manigriva, their activities were not so great. But the result what they received was so great. So this is what the mercy of the Lord is. In the same connection, Kulashekar Alvar in Mukunda Mala Stotra, he recites Sutra 1. When he glorifies the Lord, he says, Shri Vallabheti Varadeti Dayapareti. Bhakta priyeti bhavalunthana ko videti natheti naga shayaneti jagan nivaseti alapinam pratidinam kurumam mukunda. He is telling the same, O Mukunda, my Lord, please let me become a constant reciter of your names, addressing you as Sri Vallabha, he who is very dear to Lakshmi. Varada, the bestower of benedictions. Dayapara, he who is causelessly merciful. Bhakta Priya, he who is very dear to his devotees. Bhavalunthana Kovida, he who is expert at plundering the status quo of repeated birth and death. Natha, the Supreme Lord. Jagan Nivasa, the resort of the cosmos. And Naga Shayana, the Lord who lies down on the serpent bed. So, Kulashekar Alvar, he is glorifying the Lord. He is calling him as Varada. We have already seen in this verse. Varada. Varada is the one who is bestowing all the benedictions. Even if we do some service for the Lord in our capacity, he is ready to bestow benedictions upon us. Dayapara, he is causelessly merciful. Prabhupada in purport, he mentions this. Aborigines. Aborigines is someone who is not even in Varnashram system. They live outside the village. And this lady, this fruit vendor is aborigine. Krishna did not see her caste. Krishna did not see her creed. What caste she belongs to. Krishna simply saw her intention to give something to the Lord, to serve Krishna out of pure love, out of pure devotion. And in return, Krishna gave, as Prabhupada said in Krishna book, millions of times more. Krishna gave it to that particular fruit vendor. So Krishna does not see that what stage a particular person is in. Krishna just simply sees his intention to serve the Lord, to serve him. And then he reciprocates accordingly. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sthataiva bhajamyam. Mama vartamanu vartante manushya sarva partha sarvasha. He just see for what reason one has come to the Lord. And accordingly he gives. If someone has come, akama sarva kamo, moksha kamo, udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena, purusham yajeta param. So that's what Krishna sees. Akama, without any desire. Sarva kama, even if you have all the desires. Moksha kama, you have a desire of liberation. One should come to the Lord, worship him. In this verse, Mukundamala Stotra, Kulashekar Alvar is telling how we can come out of this cycle of birth and death. He is calling Mukunda, O Mukunda, one who glorifies you. Who are you? You are Varada. You are Dayapar. You are Natha, Jagannivasa. Once we start glorifying the Lord, it clears the dust which has been accumulated in our heart for millions of years by associating with this material nature. So one should really glorify the Lord every moment of our life. And that's the reason the process given in Shastra is we should chant Krishna's name. We should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it purifies, it cleanses our heart. It cleanses our heart. It's like a filter. It's like a filter where we are filtering the muddy water. Our mind, our heart is full of mud, is full of dirt. So much envy we have, so much calm we have, krodh we have, lobh we have, matsarya. All these qualities, bad qualities are there in our heart, in our mind, which can be cleansed only by one thing, glorify Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So here Kulashekar Alvar is saying that one who glorifies start glorifying, then it cleanses his heart. And once it cleanses his heart, then he can see the presence of the Lord in his heart. And once one sees presence of Lord in his heart, he does not desire anything. He does not um in need of anything. He does not lament for anything. Um he does not uh, get attached to anything. And we have seen this in Dhruva Maharaj pastime. Dhruva Maharaj was in need. He wanted to have a kingdom greater than his grandfather. And his mother said, only one can give you this, Sarvakama, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, Krishna. And he performed penances, austerities, he performed devotional service. But when he saw the Lord, by the time he has understood that I was asking for broken glasses. Actually, what I was asking are considered as broken glasses. And then he realized the fact that you, my Lord, is everything. Make me your servant. Let me be in shelter of your lotus feet. That's what the result was. Similarly, we can see uh, about Pandavas. Pandavas, from the beginning, they were associating with Krishna. They were in palaces, still they were remembering the Lord. They were in jungle, uh, they had nothing, but still they were remembering the Lord. Even Kunti Maharani, she prayed in Kunti Stuti to the Lord that it is more difficult when we have all the opulences to remember you, my Lord. So please give us those impediments, those obstacles again and again, so that we can remember you all the time. Is it so easy to pray like this? No, but then pure devotees pray like this. Because pure devotees' only goal is to be in association of Lord, serve Him, and relish the nectarian pastime with Him. And that's the reason we are not devotees, we are in the process of devotees. And we are every day hearing the pastimes of the Lord from Acharyas, from Guru Maharaj. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, just to cleanse our mind, just to cleanse our heart, and fixed up in a devotion to the Lord, so that we have a slight hope that at the end of the life, maybe by the mercy, Dayapara, by the Varada, we can get association of pure devotees of the Lord and serve them. This is what this verse we can think of. So I would take a pause here. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, we can discuss about it. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.